'Cause we care.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman. Your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures. Visit dormanday.ky.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local environment. This is where we address the topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome to The Buzz. I am your guest host, Orrett Connor, not Kathy Miller. And if Kathy was here this morning, then it would be a studio that would be totally dominated by women. So this morning on this section of The Buzz, we're going to be exploring the future of energy, finance, and the impact. That conversation will take place with Caribbean Utilities Company representatives. We will unpack CUC's 2025 sustainability report and key initiatives. That conversation will take place with Miss Letitia Lawrence, who is the Vice President of Finance, Corporate Services, and also the Chief Financial Officer. Also in the studio with us, Miss Judith Bennett, who is the Director of Sustainable Finance, Miss Allison Hydes, Manager, Regulatory and Sustainability, and Miss Aaliyah Myers, who's an Intern, Regulatory and Sustainability. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to The Buzz.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Good morning, Cayman.
And the first thing that we're going to do, we only have a half an hour, but we want everyone to know what is it that you do at CUC. And we will start on my left with Miss Aaliyah.
Okay, great. Good morning, Grand Cayman. My name is Aaliyah Myers. I was recently an intern with Caribbean Utilities, and I had the great opportunity to now transition full-time as a regulatory and sustainability officer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good morning, Cayman. My name is Allison Hydes. I'm the manager for regulatory and sustainability at CUC. I am no stranger to CUC at all. I was previously with the company a couple of years back and decided to make a return into their sustainability department, working very closely with our sustainability reports, looking at key metrics as it pertains to the ESG metrics, and also working alongside Judith and Letitia in regards to green financing as well.
Okay.
Good morning again, Mr. Connor.
Good morning
to your listeners. Thank you for having us. My name is Letitia Lawrence. I'm the Vice President of Finance and Corporate Services and Chief Financial Officer at CUC. I've been with CUC now for 25 years, so I've seen it through many transitions. This is one of the most exciting, and regulatory and sustainability is one of the groups that falls within my portfolio.
Okay, and last but not least.
Good morning, Cayman. Thank you for having us, Mr. OC. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Judith Bennett. I am Director of Sustainable Finance at CUC. I've been with the company now for 10 years in various roles. I have the pleasure of overseeing the Financial Services Department, Materials Management, and also Regulatory and Sustainability.
Okay, so ladies, if this is the face of Caribbean Utilities Company, then I would say the future is extremely bright with such intelligent women in the studio with me this morning. So the word sustainability, that's become a buzzword these days. And what we'd like to know is the 2025 Sustainability Update Report. What exactly is it?
Okay, well, just to give a little bit of background on why sustainability is important at CUC. Like every electric utility, environmental, social, and governance or sustainability practices can have a significant impact on our employees, our operations, our customers, our community, and the resources required to deliver our services. So we're tasked with safely providing an essential service, and we have an important role to play in delivering a sustainable energy future as well, which aligns with our vision, the company's vision of empowering Cayman to be a global leader. So at CUC, ESG essentially drives our corporate strategy and objectives. We started this journey way back in 2021, just after COVID, to integrate ESG into all facets of our operations. It was largely investor-driven. As you said, very much a buzzword in the investment community as well. The electric utility business is extremely capital intensive in order to provide the level of reliability that we do to our customers, which is the best in the region and better than many North American utilities. But we have to invest well over $100 million annually in new or existing infrastructure. It's very important that, therefore, we are able to attract good quality long-term investors for our capital investments, and that is both locally and overseas. We have our parent company, Fortis, who are extremely focused on sustainability as well. But we also have thousands of Cayman resident shareholders that we are responsible for providing a service to as well. Those long-term investors want to know that the utilities they are investing in have similar corporate values as they do. The way we demonstrate that commitment is through our sustainability reporting in large part. We issued our first sustainability report way back in 2022. Initially, it seemed a very daunting task. Judith would remember this. But as we got more and more into it, we realized that CUC was already doing many of the things that came along with the various ESG objectives. We were not putting our story out there as well as we could and packaging it as well as we could. CUC will be celebrating its 60th anniversary next year, and its entire existence, it's been known as a good corporate citizen. 80% of our workforce is Caymanian. 80% of our executive team is Caymanian. We have been providing scholarships, which we're going to talk about a little bit more shortly, to young Caymanians for decades, many of whom are in our management team. We have been investing in various community service initiatives like the Primary Football League, I think that everybody knows, for decades. Our environmental management system has been ISO certified for decades. And more recently, with the changes in technology, we have been at the forefront in the energy transition, supporting the national energy policy, and as the country moves towards more affordable renewable energy and driving energy efficiency initiatives. So the sustainability reporting really just demonstrates how our initiatives align with global standards as well. CUC, we love aligning with global standards. You know, we lick about with Talawa. So part of this process as well involved us selecting the various UN Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, that we wanted to align with, and those where we felt our business had the most opportunity to provide positive and meaningful impact. For us, those were SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, somewhat obvious. But just to point out as well, the Economics and Statistics Office issued their second quarter report. And one of the things that was highlighted in that report last month was that housing and utilities was the only area that actually saw a decline. And that was driven by a 9.7% drop in electricity prices. Okay. That's something that we're very proud of and contributing to that. And it demonstrates that our investments, which we're going to talk about a little bit more as well, in energy efficiency projects are helping to combat the impact of global fuel price swings and the cost of living in Cayman. We also selected SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, and SDG 13, climate action. Those were the 5 that we selected back in 2021, and we have been progressively socializing and adopting those SDGs across the company in the past 4 or 5 years. So commitment to our community and innovative practices is nothing new for CUC. This sustainability reporting just helps to keep us on track and helps us to align those and highlight those key initiatives, which my colleagues are going to talk about a little bit more.
Okay, and since we only have half an hour and we have several questions, what I'm going to ask you to do with me, Ms. Letitia, is to co-host, with me, and basically choose those issues that we want to talk about and direct each of your colleagues, in terms of which ones you would want to respond. And I would say, for any of them, feel free at any point in time to interject, while the other one may be talking about something.
Well, I appreciate the promotion as well. Thank you so much.
I'm going to steal you away from CC.
But I'll ask Judith to just talk a little bit more about why people will want to read the 2025 Sustainability Report and our Green Finance report.
Sure. Thank you, Letitia. So as Letitia mentioned, we've been publishing our sustainability report since 2022. This year, we've had more focus on our UN Sustainable Development Goals, so just focusing on the projects that align to those particular goals. So it's a good read. It also includes our key performance indicators. So each year, we publish our sustainability report every 2 years. Each year, we will produce a report that includes key performance indicators. So there are a lot of key performance indicators that would actually show our progress over the various years. So that's something that readers can look forward to. A lot of the information is in there, is information that people would be requesting. So it's all in one report, easy to find, and it's available on our website at www.empoweringcayman.com/sustainability. So everyone can check out the report there. Also, we published our first Green Finance report, which details how we have allocated $50 million that was raised in 2024 to eligible environmental projects. So that is a big success for us, that we were able to raise funds specifically for those projects, and we've allocated all $50 million as of the end of May this year.
Okay. Now, Ms. Lawrence, you spoke to the fact that next year you will be celebrating your 60th anniversary at CUC. And, as far as this report is concerned, how important is it also, and you mentioned the fact that CUC is traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange.
That is correct, yes.
As far as investors are concerned, how important is this report, to someone wanting to invest in CUC?
Yeah, so this is an area that investors are keenly watching. It's not just about returns for investors these days. It's very important that corporate values align with what the investors are looking for. And in our case, we're very much focused on the energy transition, and that's something that investors are very keen to support. Is as we move towards more renewable energy on the island, but also just general best practices that we have as well at the organization, that investors will definitely want to be watching those things and making sure that we're making progress on. So the report is really our way of showing not just those things that we are committed to, but also how we are committed to not just talking about those things, but actually providing the actions that prove that we are moving in the right direction.
Excellent. And earlier we used an acronym ESG. Can you tell our listening and viewing audience what those acronyms stand for?
Very important as well. So environmental, social, and governance objectives are those areas that, like I said, we have been focused on those for practically CUC's entire 60 years of existence. ESG is a more recent buzz term, but it's really nothing new. So on the environmental side, we have been ISO certified, which is a global standard for environmental management systems. We've had that in place now for well over 2 decades at the company. It just demonstrates our commitment to the environment. We are all, we're all residents in Cayman. It's important that what we leave for the future generations is the same way that we found it, and that's exactly the approach that we take when it comes to the environment. So yes, we are practically 100% diesel driven, but in the case of our diesel that we use, it's also the highest quality diesel that is out there, ultra low sulfur diesel. And again, we're transitioning to more renewable energy, which will reduce significantly the amount of diesel that we're using. But even in just our general environmental practices, the way that we do business has always been top standard, which is why we're able to achieve those international certifications. And similarly, when it comes to social practices, our community service efforts are known throughout the community. And when it comes to governance, we are listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, like you said, and that means that we're held to, again, another international standard in the way that we conduct our various practices on the governance level.
Okay, folks, the voices that you are hearing the voice of Miss Letitia Lawrence, who's the VP of Finance, Corporate Services, and Chief Financial Officer at CUC, Miss Judith Bennett, who's the Director, Sustainable Finance, Miss Allison Hydes, Manager and Regulatory and Sustainability, and Miss Aaliyah Myers, who was listed as an intern, but she is no longer an intern. She's right there, Regulatory and Sustainability. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. The Buzz will be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Fortescue, Eddington Arch, 1909-1971.
Pastor Fortescue Eddington Arch, better known as Brother Fossey, was one of 11 children born to James Heber and Virginia Arch. In 1933, he was converted in the Church of God, Full Gospel Hall, and in 1946 was appointed General Overseer of the churches of the Cayman Islands and the Bay Islands. He was the loving husband of Gloria, and after her sudden death in 1956, he married her sister, Helen. He was instrumental in the establishment of the various branches of the church and involved in the acquisition of property, finance, and construction of the church's buildings. He was a well-known and talented carpenter and shipwright, a successful realtor, and a merchant. He was also a generous, kind-hearted, and friendly person who always assisted the less fortunate in any way he could.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community, a traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Did you know through the month of November, over 50 boarding schools will be visiting the Cayman Islands? Navigating so many options is hard, but Dorm Day is here to help families understand the different types of schools so you can target the right schools and get a jump start on meeting the admissions representatives. Join the free K-side chats at the Dorm Day office on the waterfront across from the museum every Tuesday until November 11th. For more information, visit dormanday.ky or call 936-3676. Dorm Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
Source Home Gallery is proud to celebrate 55 years of innovative and excellent service to the Cayman Islands. To mark this milestone, we're having a 25% store-wide sale from Saturday, November 1 through to Saturday, November 15. Every department, every brand, every item. Save 25% on appliances, kitchen cabinets, custom closets, bath vanities, tubs, sinks and faucets, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more. Plus, enter for your chance to win a $5,000 credit towards the purchase of a complete bathroom or kitchen makeover with free design by our professional designers. Come celebrate with us and enjoy 25% savings. Hurry! Sale ends on Saturday, November 15. Brandosaurus Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more information.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. I am your guest host, Orrett Connor. And in the studio with me, we have four of the smartest persons working at CUC. They're all female and not putting any type of a damper on the professions within CUC, but we know the early days of CUC when the females occupied the secretarial positions and the receptionists. So in 60 years, you've come a long, long way, baby. So, and just in the interest of transparency as well, you heard Ms. Lawrence mention earlier about all of this community support that CUC renders as well. And as the Chief Commissioner for Scouting in the Cayman Islands, I must say that not personally, but my organization has a vested interest because we do receive some financial support from CUC in relation to our electricity bills, simply because we're a nonprofit organization that's been around in the Cayman Islands from the early 1900s as well. So I just wanted to point that out.
And we're happy to support
thank you very much as well. So, Ms. Letitia, we're going to talk about, some of the key wins from the 2025 sustainability update. What are some of the standout achievements from this year's update, and also any major strides in renewables, emissions cuts, or operational efficiencies? And I believe we're going to be joined in this portion of the conversation with Ms. Hides and Ms. Myers. So, ladies.
Yes, I'll kick it off. Well, OC, we have a lot to be proud of. As Judith mentioned, we issued $50 million in green notes, and that was allocated to eligible green projects, so to speak, so clean transportation, energy efficiency, and climate adaptation projects. A highlight of our Green Finance Report as well was that the proceeds from the allocation of the funds was verified by an external third party. So we're really proud of that as well.
Yes, and just to add as well, our Green Note issuance received the Caribbean Deal of the Year award. So this is a significant achievement for us because it shows that it validates our excellence in ESG and also proactive sustainable financing and also reporting our financing transparently to the community.
Yeah, and I would like to segue as well. Like Letitia mentioned, our 5 chosen United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And we didn't just want to just state them. We wanted to really embed them into our reporting to show our readers and others in the community as well that we are actively and intentionally demonstrating our initiatives and our projects and how they really align to our chosen 5 SDGs. Another thing for us as well is climate change. It is at the forefront of pretty much everyone's minds. We are in the Caribbean. Our hearts do really go out to those in the region that was affected recently by Hurricane Melissa. And as such, we've adapted projects in enhancing our climate adaptation or grid resiliency as well. And that included a project of undergrounding our main transmission lines. But I would say some of our other key achievements, we installed utility scale 20 megawatts battery energy storage system, also known as the BESS. We've also retrofitted 5 of our diesel generating units that will allow liquefied natural gas as a transitional fuel. And the combination of both really, in terms of integration, with one of our main focus is energy affordability. That would help us reduce the use of fuels, especially costly fuel sources, and ultimately reduce our emissions as well. That's the end goal. I would say, touching on emissions, you know us, we love to get everything externally verified. It's a way of showing transparency as well for what CUC is doing. And our Scope 1 greenhouse gas emissions was externally verified by a third party as well.
Okay, Ms. Myers, anything you want to add to that?
I think, Allison covered a lot of that very well, but I would add as well that we also undertook a climate scenario assessment within our sustainability update report, and that was through an external advisor who basically assisted CUC with looking at short, medium, and long-term climate impacts and how we can use that to plan into the future and also put in proactive measures right now instead of reactive measures when it comes to climate change adaptation.
And just to add to that too, like from the social community aspect, we do a lot. I think everyone can really attest to that in the community, and we can't leave our community out. It's who we serve, it's who we rely on as well. And as Letitia mentioned, over 80% of our employment or our workforce are Caymanians. So we really do give back. We invest significantly in training and development. We also invest significantly in our scholarship program. Ali is a testament to that, as returning back and joining CUC full time. So
yeah, as Allison stated, I am a 2021 and 2025 scholarship recipient. So thank you to CUC for facilitating me to pursue tertiary education not once but twice. In 2021, I received a scholarship to pursue undergraduate studies in environment and urban sustainability in Toronto.
Wow.
And currently, I am now pursuing a master's degree in environmental sciences with a concentration in sustainable development and policy. And these investments have greatly helped in allowing me to translate what I've learned in the academic realm to the professional context. And I think a lot of the investments that CUC does with its scholarship recipients is that it's driving climate innovators, is driving energy innovators, and it's especially propelling women to be more included in the energy sector and included in making viable choices for sustainability planning and also for climate change mitigation.
Okay, well, Ms. Myers, while you have the mic, I want to also give you an opportunity for some closing comments as well. Go right ahead.
Okay, great. To close, it has been great assisting with this year's 2025 sustainability update report and green finance report. I think these reports exemplify CUC's continued efforts in ESG excellence and how we're continuously working to bolster sustainable development in the Cayman Islands. This is only the beginning, definitely not the end. I think going forward into the future, the team will continue to work on ensuring that our customers understand the importance of sustainability, understand the importance of ensuring that not only do we implement corporate actions, but also we integrate the public into making actions as well that help reduce their energy consumption, think smarter and make smarter choices about how they're using energy, how they're consuming energy, and how they're making a positive impact on the future of Grand Cayman when it comes to environmental management and climate change adaptation.
Yeah,
excellent. Ms. Hyde?
And if I could add quickly, looking ahead, our sustainability and green finance really have, I would say, entered into it in an exciting chapter for us. Our president and CEO, Mr. Hugh, really said it really well. We do have companies and jurisdictions who are kind of scaling back their sustainability efforts. For us, we remain committed to ours. And with that, we're not only just looking at sustainability reporting, but in really embedding our sustainability initiatives into our core business function. The landscape for ESG is ever changing. We know that. So for us, it's continuing learning, continue innovating. Our main focus still remains on reducing our carbon emissions, enhancing energy efficiency, and supporting the Cayman Islands transition to a sustainable energy future. Ultimately, I think our end goal is we want to be a catalyst for systematic change, not just within CUC, but across the industry and ultimately the community in which we serve.
Excellent, excellent. Ms. Lawrence, we're going to let you have the last word, so we're going to go to Ms. Bennett.
I could not say it better than that. I could not say it better than that.
Ms. Bennett.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you once again, OC, for having us. I think everybody has spoken well in terms of the report and the reports that we have published. So, Cayman, please check out our reports. Once again, they're available on our website, which is www.empoweringcayman.com/sustainability.
Okay. Ms. Letitia.
Again, just so we're very proud of the progress that has been made over the past 4 or 5 years. Certainly, I look around this table and extremely proud of the brilliant young women and young people and just team that we have at CUC who is delivering on these various actions. Like Alison mentioned, we don't have to look far to see the devastating impacts of climate change, and our hearts and prayers go out to our neighbors in Jamaica and what they're dealing with today. But again, these reports just don't show that CUC is talking about sustainability. It actually shows all of the various things that we're doing to implement the changes that we've been talking about.
Okay, folks, so you've heard the female voice of CUC right here on The Buzz. The news, weather, and traffic are up next. After that, we will continue with the second half of The Buzz, where we'll be chatting with a team from Inclusion Cayman. Please stay tuned. The Buzz will be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now is a minute after 8, brought to you with the kind compliments of Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. After critical remarks from the outgoing Anti-Corruption Commission chairman, the Attorney General tells MPs confiscation orders take a lot of time.
First of all, there is really no timeline within which to conclude these matters, and they are usually, by their nature, tend to be protracted. These are matters where not only is the person punished in most instances with a period of imprisonment, but sometimes their assets, including their homes, are being confiscated. And so it is understandable that all efforts will be made by these people to resist the confiscation, including, Mr. Speaker, pursuing appeals.
Having said that, the Honorable Sam Bolton told MPs it is, quote, true that the matter has been taking a while, but the matter is still before the court.
So it is not a lost cause.
In the Anti-Corruption Commission's recent annual report, Charles Jennings called out the justice system for what he called years of inaction, specifically with regards to 2 major cases involving Canova Watson, a former Health Services Authority chairman and football official who was convicted of stealing millions in a hospital patient card fraud scheme in a separate football corruption scandal. But although courts handed down sentences years ago, orders to recover Watson's illicit gains have never been enforced. Jennings says that in the CarePay case alone, confiscation has been stalled for 7 years. And the national budget debate is expected to start in earnest this morning.
The question is that this honorable House do adjourn until 10 a.m. Tuesday, the 11th of November. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Speaker of the House there, the Honorable Ezard Miller. On Friday, the finance minister tabled the 2026-27 budget, with the meeting wrapping up before the start of the debate by MPs. Government says there will be presentations from each ministry outlining their budgets and key initiatives. So make sure to tune into our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, to hear the proceedings live. Department of Tourism stats show that just under 13,000 stayover tourists visited the Cayman Islands in September. This means for the first 9 months of the year, Cayman clocked more than 338,000 stayover arrivals. That's a 2% increase over the 2024 figures. Looking at cruise arrivals, there were more than 37,500 registered for September, a 9% spike over September 2024. So through the 9th month of the year, Cayman welcomed more than 777,000 cruise visitors. That is down 2% from the 2024 cruise total through September. You can find the full stats online at ourcayman.ky. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The authorities in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, say an explosion near a crowded courthouse that killed at least 12 people. The Interior Minister said a suicide bomber had failed to enter the court building and detonated the device outside, close to a police vehicle. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has described a fatal car blast in Delhi on Monday as a conspiracy and vowed that those responsible would not be spared. At least 12 people were killed in the explosion near the historic Red Fort. Thailand has suspended a ceasefire agreement it signed with neighbouring Cambodia in the presence of President Trump last month. The decision comes a day after a landmine explosion injured 4 Thai soldiers. The Trump administration has confirmed that Syria is resuming diplomatic relations with the US and will join the global coalition to fight Islamic State militants. The announcement followed a meeting between Donald Trump and the Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara at the White House. Prosecutors in Turkey have announced more than 140 charges against Ekrem İmamoğlu, the imprisoned chief rival to President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He notionally faces more than 2,000 years in jail if convicted. A court in Germany has ruled that OpenAI has infringed copyright law by using song lyrics to train its artificial intelligence models. Germany's music copyright body brought the case, saying that the chatbot ChatGPT reproduced protected content without authorization. Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has said that the FIFA World Cup next year will definitely be his last. The 40-year-old striker is considered to be one of football's greatest players. An ultra-rare blue diamond, already one of the world's priciest, is predicted to break records when it's auctioned in Geneva. The gem, known as the Melon Blue, was once owned by the US philanthropist Bunny Mellon. World News from the BBC.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Avast, ye mates! The 2025 District Heritage Days are upon us. From November 10th through the 14th, chart your course for a week celebrating Cayman's rich cultural heritage at the annual District Heritage Days.
From West Bay to North Side, visit piratesweek.com and follow us on social media at Pirates Week Cayman for the full lineup of District Heritage Days and all the exciting events during Pirates Week 2025.
I will see you there.
Proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcade, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Synopsis indicate a cold front extending across the Cayman area is expected to become stationary, supporting isolated showers over the next 24 hours. An increased pressure gradient will produce strong winds and rough seas across the Cayman Islands. Radar imagery shows scattered showers in and around the Cayman area, drifting towards the southwest. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers and possible thunder. You will be needing an umbrella. Temperatures will rise to the low 80s. Winds will be northeast at 20 to 25 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 8 to 10 feet. Marine watch is in effect for today and tonight as well. The forecast for tonight, pretty much the same, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the low 70s tonight. Your winds will be northeast at 20 to 25 knots and seas will be rough with wave heights of 8 to 10 feet. Low tide will be this morning at 10 minutes after 9, high tide this afternoon at 3:59, and a low tide again tonight at 10:38. The sun will set this evening at 5:46 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:32. And the outlook is calling for a gradual decrease in winds and seas from tomorrow through Thursday. Isolated showers are also likely to continue over the next few days as remnant moisture from the frontal boundary lingers across the northwest Caribbean. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Let's hear it for your Wildcat cheerleaders.
Aunt Angie, weren't you a cheerleader?
The best in the Western Hemisphere, until I attempted that switch kick double twist roundhouse.
Huh?
Exactly. I must have been in the air for 20 seconds before I fell into that snare drum. I set a world record, though, and thankfully I could trust the CG Medical Portal with my claims. All 37 of them.
The CG Medical Portal. Safe and secure. CG Brit-K. Good like that. The 8 a.m. weather update. Brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. This time we check in to see what's slowing and what's flowing. As we look at our traffic report, on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions, and coming from the West Bay four-way stop, flowing pretty good. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady bit flowing traffic, and continuing on to North Sound Road, Huldah Avenue, and on North Sound Road, traffic is moving along steadily. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, moderate flow of traffic in both directions. Further up on Shamrock Road, traffic is moving at a moderate pace. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road, looks like a crawlathon happening there. A lot of patience needed this morning as you make your way to the final destination, but you're going to get there. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Miss Kathy Miller. On this segment of the show, of The Buzz, we will be diving into the heart of inclusion with two incredible guests from Inclusion Cayman. They are Miss Shan Harriman, who is the CEO, and Mr. Nathan Chesney, who's the program coordinator. We will explore the organization's journey, its impact, and how you can be a part of building a more inclusive Cayman. Folks, good morning. Welcome to The Buzz.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us here.
Okay. Ms. Harriman, as CEO, can you share a quick overview of what Inclusion Cayman is all about and what inspired the organization's mission?
Thank you so much, Mr. Connor. Good morning. Thank you again for having us here. My name is Shan Harriman. I'm the CEO of Inclusion Cayman. For many of you, we were known as the Special Needs Foundation. And about 5 years ago, we rebranded to Inclusion Cayman. We consider ourselves a small but mighty team. Mr. Nathan Chesney is here with me this morning.
Hello, good morning.
As one of our inclusion facilitators. Just to kind of talk a little bit more about the organization, we're an NPO. We cater to 3 main pillars. We have inclusive education by parental choice, inclusive employment, and inclusive community life, all being underscored by advocacy across all 3 pillars.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to go into a little bit more detail in terms of those 3 pillars.
Absolutely. So Inclusion Cayman, we provide advocacy support. For example, if a parent reaches out to us and would like to get assistance with finding a school placement, so Inclusion Cayman would provide advocacy support. So we would meet with different schools with the parent. I would like to mention that Inclusion Cayman is a family-led organization, so we're very respectful of the wishes of the family. So we meet with various organizations and various schools to talk about, what it would look like to have your child included within your community. And in addition to that, we also provide assistance with curriculum modifications. So not only getting a child into school, but ensuring that they are actively involved, ensuring that they can maintain their placement. And we also work with inclusive employment. So we partner with the various Rotary clubs of the Cayman Islands, and we seek sustainable, long-term, real jobs with real pay for adults with disabilities. And then the last point is our inclusive community life, because we also believe it's a holistic approach. Education is only for so many years of your life. Employment is also one of those areas, but we also want to make sure that the individual can have a meaningful life by making friends, by being a part of the community, by joining clubs, and just being involved and having a voice.
Excellent. So, Mr. Nathan, we're going to ask you to talk about your role as a program coordinator and tell us about some of your day-to-day activities in your job.
Well, thank you for the question. I am one of 3 inclusion facilitators, and we all facilitate something different. So my colleague Delroy Watson facilitates the inclusive employment pillar. My colleague Ryan Mushin facilitates recreational life, and I facilitate program coordination and accessibility. We also work with Mr. Brent Holt, who is an educational psychologist and coordinates the education pillar. And essentially, we all work together in the concert to advocate for inclusion, and it looks slightly different in every pillar, but the message underlying is the same.
Okay. Ms. Harriman, many listeners may remember the organization as SNCF. Can you share how it evolved into Inclusion Cayman and what that transition represented, what it means?
Absolutely. So we used to be called the Special Needs Foundation. So we've been around over 10 years. And a few years ago, it was rebranded to Inclusion Cayman. We thought at the time it would be a much better fit for the community and the mission and vision of the organization and where it's considered itself in a few years. I also would like to point out that when we rebranded, we didn't have an age limit. So at Special Needs Foundation, it was up to 18, but now we don't have an age limit.
Oh, okay.
So,
Excellent.
because it's really a journey, from time you get a diagnosis from, an early age straight up, because we think that it involves having a journey and being with these parents and with adults with disabilities to ensure that they have the good things in life, those meaningful points that everybody should be able to participate in and everyone should be able to enjoy. The Special Needs Foundation got rebranded to Inclusion Cayman. We continually do not charge for any of our services. So everything we do is free, whether it's advocacy support, whether it's Nathan going out and doing a workshop for organizations, whether it's Ryan getting an individual in a club, or Delroy, facilitating employment. Everything we do is free.
Let's talk about public awareness as well as public involvement, including our corporate citizens as well. Nathan?
So in the community, we host a number of presentations and workshops. We've worked with, in the past, Deloitte, Foster's, RCIPS, CIAA, and Butterfield. And in these places, we do a large variety of workshops ranging from inclusive best practices to digital accessibility to, most recently, I even did a presentation at the Align McCoy Primary School on how technology and AI can support universal design for learning. So it's just wide and encompassing, but essentially all of our workshops aim to raise awareness about inclusivity in our community.
And let's talk about that word inclusion, the meaning, of it as well. And also, you spoke about helping parents and individuals, identify and choose the right schools. We know, based on what we see in the press and what we hear otherwise, the tremendous amount of pressure that is now placed on our educational system, so much so that we're seeing more and more private schools, cropping up as well. So from the educational standpoint, I'd like you to talk more and to highlight, some of the challenges, and if there are persons out there who represent organizations that can assist in any venture that you're undertaking, how we can reach them by explaining exactly what this is all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that question. Education, by far, is the most difficult pillar for us. We are mindful that there are a lot of resources that prevent as barriers. Many schools don't have a lot of resources. And that's where we think that Inclusion Cayman can bridge that gap. Because if we can assist parents with finding a school and not just getting their child into a school, whether it's government or it's private. But if we can come in and we can provide resources. So what does that look like? Maybe it's talking to teachers and providing them with the training that they need to make modifications. Many times it's just the unknown. It's because it's areas that they haven't really tapped in before. And like Nathan mentioned, he did training at the Align McCoy, and it was to talk about, how do we make accommodations for children who might learn differently. And also it's about sensory. We've worked with West Bay Primary and other organizations to help them with getting a sensory room there, because it's important for children to be able to regulate themselves so that they are in a learning position. Inclusion Cayman also helps sponsor other schools with sensory rooms, because we think it's very important that they have that type of resources that can help them. Sometimes it's about coming in and talking to the students. I know Nathan did a presentation at a private school talking about, children might be different, but it doesn't make them any less.
Yes.
It's important that we are mindful and presume competence. We always go back to that, that even if a child or an adult doesn't communicate the same way that you do, doesn't mean that they don't have competence. I just want to kind of reflect back on my own personal situation. The reason I'm here is because I have my own why. Every one of our team members has a why. My why is I have a daughter with complex disabilities. She had very limited speech, but through the right resources and, always advocating for her and becoming her voice, now she has her voice.
Great.
And it's like, you have to be careful what you wish for because, she has a very strong opinion, and that's what I want for her. But I always say that if you presume competence, it makes the journey so much lighter because you set the children up for success when you believe in them. So whether it's an individual that reaches out to us because they're struggling with a school placement, we will do everything that we can to ensure that we meet with the family. We usually have a quick turnaround because we know that when they come to us, many families don't have much hope. And it's our job to keep that hope alive for them and provide them with options. Every situation is different. So how we deal with one family mightn't be the same as the other because it all depends on where in their journey it is. If it's preschool, if it's kindergarten, if it's high school, and even when you come to the high school age that you're graduating, let's talk about that. Let's put visions out there and see what it is that families dream for their children, just like any other family would dream for their child that does not have a disability.
Okay, Mr. Chesney, anything you want to add to that?
So a lot of our work in the education pillar follows the school cycle because you'll note that the problems and the things that arise come from the different junctures in the school cycle. So we get a lot of traffic around the start of school and the end of school. Summer, maybe not so much, but there's always people trying to plot and find the best place to come in and plan their next steps for their child. We get a lot of people who just want someone to listen to their concerns. Maybe they have a lot going on and a lot of considerations they need to get off of their chest. And so at the very least, we can listen to them, help them structure their thoughts, and even point them in the right direction if need be. But we always make sure that everyone who comes through our door is in a better place than when we found them.
I also think it's important to mention that we don't turn families away. So if it's something that's outside of our scope, we will find somewhere to signpost them because we want to make sure that we provide solutions to any situation they come in. And like Nathan said, it's, sometimes it's just giving them the education and awareness that they need because so many families don't know, they haven't been through this before. Many of them feel so alone, because it is a journey that can take you to quite an alone feeling. And we want to make sure that we keep those families' vision, dreams, hopes for their children, their adults alive. So again, if there are listeners out there that not quite sure how to navigate the system, they're always welcome to reach out to us for any kind of help that we can extend.
Okay, and why don't we just give out those contact details now that you mentioned it as well in terms of Inclusion Cayman and how you can be reached.
Yes, absolutely. So we always encourage people to like us on social media. If they have any questions, please reach out to us. Our email is info@inclusioncayman.ky. We're always checking it to make sure that we keep up to date with any requests that come in. All of our phone numbers are listed on our website as well. So we would encourage anyone who's, just trying to explore this or not quite sure, they think it's something there, but they don't know, please reach out to us. We would be more than happy to help.
At inclusioncayman.ky.
Inclusion Cayman, at inclusioncayman.ky.
Yeah. Well, it's the website, yeah.
Yes, excellent. Okay, we're going to take our commercial break. When we return, we want to talk more about Inclusion Cayman. That conversation taking place with Ms. Shan Harriman, who's the CEO of Inclusion Cayman, and Mr. Nathan Chesney, who's one of the program coordinators for Inclusion Cayman as well. Folks, please stay tuned. The Buzz will be back shortly.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With 2 models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down.
Did you know through the month of November, over 50 boarding schools will be visiting the Cayman Islands? Navigating so many options is hard, but Dorm & Day is here to help families understand the different types of schools so you can target the right schools and get a jump start on meeting the admissions representatives. Join the free K-side chats at the Dorm & Day office on the waterfront across from the museum every Tuesday until November 11th. For more information, visit dormandday.ky or call 936-3676. Dorm & Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
15 men on a day's man chest, Yahoo, and a bottle of rum.
Ahoy, ye landlubbers! On Saturday, the 15th of November, navigate your way to Hogstye Bay for the 2025 Pirates Week Grand Finale. Fun and adventure awaits at the Inclusion Cayman Children's Play Area, followed by the Trial of the Pirates. Be sure to stop by the food festival before the Grand Finale street dance and drone show finale. It's a family-friendly day not to be missed.
Visit piratesweek.com and follow us on social media at Pirates Week Cayman for the full calendar of events. Proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
Pirates are here, the pirates are here.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. I am your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Miss Kathy Miller. We're talking about Inclusion Cayman with 2 incredible guests from Inclusion Cayman, Miss Shan Harriman, who's the CEO, and Mr. Nathan Chesney, one of the program coordinators at Inclusion Cayman. Sorry for that, folks. We also want to remind our listening and viewing audience that Inclusion Cayman is a NPO, nonprofit organization as well. And just a little bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions or comments, maybe you're curious about Inclusion Cayman, please send us your questions or observations on our WhatsApp number. That number is 925-3261, 925-3261, talking about Inclusion Cayman. As you heard earlier, Inclusion Cayman was formerly known as a Special Needs
as a Special Needs Foundation.
Yes. As well, which is now Inclusion Cayman. So let's talk more about inclusion, right, as opposed to exclusion, which, if we go back, in time, we found that it was more in exclusion than inclusion. And now we have been able to turn the tide and focus on inclusion rather than exclusion?
So one of our underpinning philosophies is that everybody, no matter who you are, whether you have disability or not, should have access to the good things in life.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say the good things in life, we really are referring to the normative pathway, starting from when you're born, and then you go to school, you have friends, you have fulfilling clubs, and then eventually you go into secondary education, and then you potentially find a partner, and then move on to employment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the goal. And eventually you can attain financial freedom, financial independence, maybe have a house of your own one day, which is, the goal for everybody. What we find is that persons with disabilities often report having difficulties accessing a lot of the junctures and hubs along this pathway.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So one of our views is to make sure that we can be at every single hub to create a threshold that's accessible for them, and therefore we can get them as far through the normative pathway as possible. And in doing so, not only does that increase their individual perspective and life experience, it raises the overall GDP of the country. It allows more people to contribute productively and economically, and it gives a better sense of cultural and individual self-esteem and accomplishment, which I think is holistically fantastic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think it's also important to point out it's the impact it has on the individual as well. We have an annual breakfast every year, and one of our speakers at a breakfast, spoke about how he had been home for 6 years waiting on a job. And now he has a job, he's a part of a team, he's enjoying the good things in life. And he talked about, getting his first paycheck and what that looked like and how that made him feel. And, just imagine being home for 6 years without being able to access something like employment. And these are individuals that, we have a wait list of individuals who want to have a job, who are part of our employment pillar. And, we speak with employers and advocate about trying to get individuals into a job, because we think that having these individuals out there being a part of the community, they want to work hard, they want to be part of a contributing society. And we would encourage any employer that's listening this morning to please reach out to us. We make the process very smooth and seamless. We have a strong employment pillar. We have, individuals that are employed across the section. I don't know if you might have seen the article recently, but Deem Month, which was in October, it was a huge month for employment. And we had people that spoke from, Conyers. We have Tiana at Conyers.
Mm-hmm.
Someone
Yes,
from
I've heard of
Massive.
Tiana.
It's Starbucks. These are individuals with real pay, real jobs. And that's what we want for all of the individuals who come to us. Because whether they meet us at 5 years old, we're continuously talking, like, where do we see yourself in 5 years? Like, what do you want for your child? Is it that you want him? Because what we feel that works best is when it's a natural fit. So individuals will reach out to us and say, well, my child loves to sing. And it's like, beautiful. Let's get them into an organization that they can learn how to sing. I constantly reflect back on the journey that I have with my daughter, who's now a teenager. And at one point, we had no school options here. And I'm from Cayman, and I had to leave my home to go away for her to get education, which is a basic human right. But now she's included in the community, she participates, and it's so wonderful when they just want to be friends with people. And the amazing thing is, it helps everyone. Being inclusive helps everyone. Because I see how my daughter learns from her classmates, but I also see how they learn from her. Being empathetic, being kind, and just being a part of a community is so important.
And until a few months ago, I had never heard of Inclusion Cayman before. And after hearing about it, hearing about the good work that you do, and hearing you here again this morning as well, how and off air we did talk about this, that the fact that sometimes you stay in the background and you do what you have to do, that may be a good have positive results, but at the end of the day, it may, have some negative effects as well. Can you talk about that, Ms. Harriman?
Yes, absolutely. So I always say that we're a very humble organization. We do a lot of the work in the background. We do a lot of the heavy lifting because what we're dealing with is such a sensitive topic sometimes, and you just want to be respectful of everybody's privacy. So, we want to do our part in creating awareness and education, but we also want to be respectful of the situation that every family or every individual may be going through. We do a lot of work. I know Nathan, he doesn't give himself enough credit because he has a master's with distinction. And he does a lot of work with the community and making it more accessible, because getting to the door is one thing, but getting through the door is another, and it's about, he does a lot of work with that. Ryan is wonderful when it comes to connecting, and he seems to know a little bit about everyone, getting individuals in, whether it's swimming, whether it's music or dance, it's about getting those people out there and making them be a part of a program, of a concert. And we have so many individuals that we partner with that really makes this journey a little bit lighter. And that's what we think is so important. If we can lighten the barriers and lighten the load for individuals who are going through this journey, that's one of the reasons we're here. But I always tell Nathan that I think our job is to work ourselves out of a job. I mean, most people are like, I'm going to be here till retirement. And I'm like, we shouldn't be needed. Inclusion should just be a natural pathway.
Yes.
So I'm like, we're always working ourselves out of a job because we think that being included is a basic human right. Belonging is so important. It's just one of those things in life that should come naturally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, for those who may want to be involved, who may want to assist Inclusion Cayman in one way or the other, let's give out some contact details again in terms of how they can reach out to you.
Well, our contact email is info@inclusion.ky. If you are interested in potentially volunteering, we have a volunteer form on our website. We also have a donation page because we are entirely founded by generous donations by our Dreammakers and generous donors. And that's what really makes it all possible at the end of the day.
Now, Ms. Harriman, you did share, your personal story, and you did name out some of the successes, as well. How do you measure the success that you achieve? Is it individual empowerment, community awareness, policy change, or a mix of all of those things?
I would think it's a mix of all because they kind of all go hand in hand. Policies are underpinning. That is so important because it drives the community. I also think success is when we have individuals that are able to be part of the community. I also think it's important when we can get that call from an employer saying, your candidate has been selected for the role, and we can share that wonderful news. Or it's when we get pictures from families who've said, my son has graduated, or they've made the honor roll, and we've worked so hard to make sure that child is in school. All of those are those key successes. It's when at the end of the day that what you do is making such an impact on the community. It's about getting up in the morning. It's not a job. It's not a paycheck. It's about how am I going to make a difference for our family today? What are we going to do to ensure that someone else is included, that someone's voice is heard? Because everybody wants a seat at the table. And, it's having that voice that really makes that difference. So I constantly say, if you see someone and you know that they might have a different learning style, embrace them, because you can learn from them as well. We all teach each other what we need to learn.
So, Mr. Nathan, part of your work involves providing training programs. Spoke about, some, of the entities that you've, spoken with and made demonstrations. So tell us more about what types of training Inclusion Cayman offers to employers, as well as educators or community groups as well.
So we have a few offerings in that regard. I am a CPAC professional, which stands for Certified Practitioner of Accessibility Core Competencies, and I love to share my passion for accessibility in my workshops and presentations. So we also pair that with inclusive best practices, because sometimes things like language change, things like attitudes and behaviors change, and we think it's always good to be as empowering and inclusive as possible. So that's one main piece that we do. We also host workshops that can speak to digital accessibility, because inclusion and accessibility go hand in hand. And not only that, we do workshops on foundational ASL. And we have two approaches to our workshops. If we have the competency within team, we will lead workshops and presentations around that subject. However, we also do love to collaborate with other entities if they have experts and subject matter experts that can lend to our community and to our families. We love to bring them in too. So for our ASL workshop, which we're currently hosting, we have a 6-week workshop going on right now in ASL, American Sign Language. Okay. And we bring in ASL speakers to lead a workshop and just to educate the populace in how to express themselves and how to understand intermediate and basic American Sign Language. And it seems to be very popular. This is the second time we're doing it this year out of demand. And every time we get upwards of 60 to 70 people through the gate. And so, we're very passionate about pushing that initiative. And also we're looking at developing further into cafes, because teaching a behavior is one thing, but if you don't practice it, it will just fall to the wayside. Exactly. So we want to create more spaces for persons to practice their American Sign Language.
Okay, we're going to take our final commercial break on this segment. When we return, we want you to talk about how these training sessions change attitudes or understanding in the community as well, and also some of the biggest misconceptions or barriers that you encounter along this beautiful, wonderful, empowering journey that Inclusion Cayman is on. Folks, please stay tuned. The Buzz will be back shortly.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With 2 models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down.
The soundtrack to your best memories lives on. Breeze 105.3 FM. From the golden hits of the 70s and 80s. I love you so. To the songs that still move you today. It's the music you know. The music you love. Uplifting mornings. Good afternoons. And good vibes all day long. Over my years, I guess I shared it. Don't just listen to the radio. Feel the breeze. Breeze 105.3 FM. Your station. Your music. Your memories.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. We're on this final segment of this discussion with Inclusion Cayman. Ms. Shan Harriman, who's the CEO of Inclusion Cayman, and Mr. Nathan Chesney, who is one of the, I want to make sure I get that right, just scrolling up, program coordinators at Inclusion Cayman as well. So, Ms. Shan, can we talk a little bit about why Inclusion Cayman is not just a moral or social responsibility, but also a smart business decision, for those businesses that choose to come on board?
Absolutely. I think it's important that we reflect back on the feedback that we get from different employers. When they first reach out to us, it might be the unknown that they're not sure of. But once we get involved and we put forward the candidates and the whole selection goes on board, we do all of the onboarding training. What we get feedback is, these individuals become an active and participating team member, and they bring so much to the table, with their own unique talents and strengths. And I think that is very important to reflect back that, again, I go back to saying that we might all have different learning styles, but we all bring something to the table that adds value. And it's about strengthening the team. It's about strengthening the community. It's about strengthening their organization. So it's not just social responsibility, but, it's about giving people that opportunity that they so much want.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mr. Chesney, anything you want to add to that?
So in relation to, one thing I do want to say is that we do believe that no two individuals with, let's say, the same diagnosis is the same. And I don't think we can describe an individual from a particular disability or a diagnosis. And so everyone has a unique strength that they bring to the table. And that's something we like to drive home, because regardless of whether you have a disability or not, everyone has an ability to contribute meaningfully if you provide the opportunity to do so. And I think attitudinal barriers are one of the most salient barriers that we see, because if it's just harder for some people to do things, it creates a playing field where certain people are put forward and other people are suppressed. And that's what we want. We want to create diversity. And so everyone's strengths can be properly utilized and synergized.
Okay, let's talk about where you are now and where you would like to be in the coming years.
Well, I think, again, we would say that we would hope to not be around in a few years' time. But, for now, we play a very important role in ensuring that when individuals reach out to us, that we can get children into school adults into employment and part of the community life. We have a lot of exciting projects that we're looking to roll out next year. Also partnering with an international organization is one of those things on our radar that we'll be doing next year. Right now we're working with different organizations because we're going to be at the Santa Grotto later this month as part of Pink Ladies Bazaar, part of Cars and Cafe, which we're super excited about. Having all men on the team as well with the cars, but I really love them as well. And going on beyond that, it's about continuing to utilize the skilled and competent staff that we have. I think, Nathan, we should also point out that we provide training in the BRAC as well, because Inclusion Cayman was heavily involved with the Sunflower Ladder training through the Cayman Islands Airport Authority. So we partnered with them and we went over to the BRAC, went through an extensive training process as well with them. So we're very proud of that, worked with the RCIP, with their cohorts, with ASL, and also with, about inclusive best practices. So we want to continue to raise awareness about the level of training that we do. And it all goes back to evidence-based. And, with having Nathan on board and other team members trained in that area is so important. So I think over the short term next year, we're looking to roll out a few initiatives. We have them ready to roll out probably in January. So we're going to ask the public to stay tuned because we're so excited. And then, a few years down the line, it's about getting as many children in school placements as possible. It's about, no longer having a wait list. That's our dream. Of no longer having a wait list, that individuals who are ready to be employed can get employment. And it's about just having that natural pathway that everywhere you go, you can see someone that is just part of the community, whether they have a disability or not. Yes.
And what is it that keeps all of the people at Inclusion Cayman so motivated?
So, Ms. Shan, from the moment we have started to now, she asks us almost every day, what is your why? What is your why? Stemming from the Golden Circle and the book written by Simon Sinek. And we all really do bring our own why.
Tell us about that book.
So for me personally, my why is that I describe myself as a neurodivergent professional. I have inattentive ADD. And when I was coming through the educational system, I got help and I had strategies and I had somebody to be in my corner when there were very few people in my corner. Mm-hmm. And because of that, not only did I get through high school, I graduated with honors.
Wow.
And it really made such a huge difference for me. And I take it forward and I want to pay it forward to other people, not just persons with ADHD, but other persons who perhaps are neurodivergent. I just want to spread the message that sometimes you just need someone in your corner to coach you and give you strategies and to show you that it's entirely possible. You just have to find a different way sometimes, but it's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm. Michelle?
My way is my daughter. Mm-hmm. It's about being Team Lexi. It's about her graduating from an inclusive university. That's what I always said. Like, I want her to have a good life, that's meaningful, and that when I'm no longer here, that she'll still be independent to her abilities, that she can carry on and have a good life. And I think, I'm so incredibly proud of our team. It's a small team. It's 5 people. Mm-hmm. And we do a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Every day we set out to say, how are we going to make our islands a better place, and how are we going to make it more inclusive? I'm so proud of everything that they do. No matter what it is, we pivot. I always say that we're a very agile team. We no 2 days are alike. I mean, you can come in this morning and have all of your plans, and they just go in the shredder because something else is going on and we need to be out there. Mm-hmm. And that's about pivoting, because we want to meet families where they're at. We want to help people when they walk through our door. We want them to understand that no matter what it is, that somebody on our team understands what you're going through. And it's a non-judgmental space. And we want families to it's just talking so that they can feel that someone cares. And that's why I think it's so important to have that passion, and why it's about making Cayman Islands a better place for all of us.
Okay, I want to give both of you an opportunity for some closing comments as well, starting with you, Mr. Chesney.
I just want to say thank you again for having us on, and I believe that inclusion starts in the attitude that you have towards life and the attitude you have towards others. I think it just starts fundamentally with kindness. We like to say Cayman kind, and that's a big part of it too. So, be kind, be empathetic, be understanding, and you will be a miracle.
Yep, Ms. Harriman?
I think for me, my final comment is that if you're out there today and you're not quite sure where to turn, and you're not sure what's the next steps, please reach out to Inclusion Cayman. We will try to remove as many barriers as we can. Everything we do is free. And I think it's important that, if you're at an organization right now and there's no one in your organization that has a disability, please reach out to us and say, how can we make a difference? How can we create that diverse population that we want? And it's also about, just being a part of the good things in life and being belonging and forgiving. If someone doesn't have a voice, be their voice for them. Let's help each other out so that it can be a more inclusive Cayman for everyone.
Okay, folks, from Inclusion Cayman, our guests were Ms. Shan Harriman, the CEO, and Mr. Nathan Chesney, who's the program coordinator. I want to thank both of you for sharing your insights and passion. Inclusion Cayman is clearly making waves, not just in policy, but in people's lives. For our listeners, if you're inspired to take action, reach out to them and be part of the change that is coming. It is here and it is coming. It is here and it is growing as well. So up next on The Buzz will be our new news headlines. And after that, we will have a chat with representatives from Dreamchasers. Please stay tuned. The Buzz will be back shortly.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
A Cayman-registered ship is targeted by pirates off the coast of Mogadishu. GCaptain.com reports the attack was some 330 miles east of Mogadishu on November 3rd, with armed security personnel, quote, successfully repelling the assault. Gunfire was reportedly exchanged, according to an industry threat bulletin issued by Combined Maritime Forces. In international news, the U.S. Senate has passed a crucial funding bill that could bring the longest government shutdown in history to an end within days. The bill passed in a 60-40 vote late on Monday, with nearly all Republicans joining 8 Democrats who splintered from the party to approve it. The deal funds the government until the end of January. The House of Representatives will now have to pass the bill before President Donald Trump can sign it into effect. Trump signaled he would be willing to do so earlier today. And a suicide attack outside a court in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, has killed 12 people and injured at least 27 more. The country's interior minister said a bomber was planning to attack the district courthouse but was unable to get inside. He added authorities would prioritize identifying the bomber and that those involved would be, quote, brought to justice. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
HSA's Orthopedic Clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's Orthopedic Clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With 2 models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down. The 8:12 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britcay. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. I am your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Miss Kathy Miller. This segment, we will be talking about Dreamchasers Cayman. Let me give you a little bit of little background information on Dreamchasers Cayman. Founded by Militia McFeel in 2017, Dreamchasers Cayman is a dance company dedicated to high-quality training, cultural storytelling, and youth empowerment. Known for productions like Cayman-style Nutcracker, the company blends tradition with innovation, helping dancers grow artistically and personally. Dreamchasers is deeply rooted in the Cayman community, participating in festivals, outreach, and mentorship. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to The Buzz.
Good morning. Morning.
And while I did introduce you, I'm going to have you introduce yourself again to our listening and our viewing audience.
No problem. My name is Militia Matfield. I am the artistic director of Dreamchasers Cayman.
Hi, my name is Josepha Martinez, and I am only a dancer at Dreamchasers and also an assistant when it comes to the writing and the bringing alive of the production that Miss Militia thinks of.
Okay, and tell us and our audience what inspired the creation of Dreamchasers Cayman Dance Company. Bring that mic a little closer to you.
Okay. Yeah, I got my bachelor's degree in dance and choreography at Edamana School of the Visual and Performing Arts in 2010. And in 2017, I started my own dance company. I came back home and dance has always been a passion of mine, so that was one of the ways that I can give back. But prior to that, I also danced with Cayman National Dance Company under the artistic direction of Miss Reed. But as a child...
Lorna Reed?
Yes, sir.
She's been around.
The one and only. But as a child, dance and the performing arts had always been my passion. I honestly, though, didn't see myself having a dance company. I just wanted to be on stage.
Now, I have a granddaughter. I'm going to, inject a little personal thing into this. Who's 2.5 years, a little bit more than 2.5 years. In March, she'll be 3 years old. And she's always doing these dance moves now that, she watches these videos and doing these dance moves and everything. But when you start to watch her, then she's shy and she stops dancing.
Yeah.
You know, is that any indication whatsoever that she's going to be artistically inclined
You
and
know
want to do
what?
that?
I personally believe all of us are artistically inclined. Like
Uh-huh.
like all of us. I know a lot of parents say that, oh, I have, like you say, you have a granddaughter at home and she's just always moving. I believe that as a child, we grasp so many things. We just need to find our niche, and as you get older, that happens. And I believe that as parents, as adults, if we see these qualities in our children, we need to try and
Harness them.
harness that.
Yes.
And then we would know whether or not they love it or not. But then as they get older, because I try to tell my dancers now, as you get older, dance could be a career. So then now you need to decide, okay, my passion is there, but I have to have discipline. I have to have commitment, just like being a lawyer, just like being an other
doctor, a
profession.
teacher,
So
whichever profession.
it does begin at a very young age, and parents has to make sure that they give their children the opportunity to find
the
themselves.
tools, the opportunities to find themselves.
Yeah.
You see her dancing and being shy, that doesn't mean that she's not going to be good.
Exactly, because it
just
could be
mean-
another thing with her on stage.
Yeah. It could mean that she's also trying to find herself and trying to see how comfortable she is with what she's doing and finding, and within herself. So
Okay. Now we continue to hear in Cayman, and because of the rapid population growth that we are experiencing, that we run the risk of losing our Caymanian culture.
Correct.
How will your organization keep Caymanian culture alive through dance?
Yeah, that has always been the forefront of my Dreamchasers vision. And that stems back from me going to school, going to Jamaica, being at Edna Manley School of the Visual and Performing Arts. And I distinctively remember when we had our cultural day and everybody from different countries had to come in and they just had their cultural booth. And I was kind of nervous to a sense because at that point I was an adult. And when I experienced all my dancing and experienced the quadrille and experienced all of the Caymanian stuff was when I went in primary school at Georgetown Primary. And at a certain point, probably like middle school, that stopped. I don't know where it went. When I went to college, at that point when we had our cultural event, I was like, okay, what am I going to give? Because there was a bulk of my adolescence where it just went.
Right.
And when I started Dream Chasers, that was always a forefront to ensure that whatever creativity come out of my head, I always had to put Cayman in front of that.
Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, sure. And for the, like she said that everything gets lost after primary school. Georgetown Primary is the best, by the way.
Yes.
But everything gets lost after primary school because when you enter middle school or high school now, only high school, they really just don't do quadrille, don't do the cultural stuff. We try to by incorporating CNCF and other things, but her company, because it caters to every single age group, it will keep it alive in relation to once you come out of primary school, you can seek her company, the dance company in our Dream Chasers in order for you to actually keep it alive. Whatever you learn in primary school, you can come to Dream Chasers and you can actually make it bigger, also incorporate it even better, learn more of what has been taught to you in primary school, and you continue it through your ages, through your life. That way it never gets lost, which is the reason why she's keeping it alive, so that it can continue throughout your ages in your life.
Not to misinterpret like anybody think that, I don't think that it's lost. I just think that we really need to dig deep.
Yeah.
We
And
need
continue
to
to
dig
keep
deep
what we have right now so
and
far.
sometimes, some people, they kind of like get bombarded and don't want to dig deep.
Yeah.
But I feel that, it definitely here, but we just need to keep digging.
Okay. Let's talk about mentorship and the uniqueness of your training approach as well.
Well, mentorship, you all know, I run the dance company. I also teach at YMCA after school program at John Gray and at Sir John Icumber.
Okay.
And but I would say my uniqueness in teaching, or my approach to that, would be, once again, stemming from Jamaica. While I was at school, I danced and performed with Lacadco, which is a dance force, a company run and directed by Dr. Lantonette Steins. And what she did, over years, she has infused dance hall and ballet. And she called it Lantec. And while I was there, I was the rehearsal director. So I got full grasp of her writing her book. I'm actually in her book.
Oh, okay. Great.
Awesome.
Yeah, showing her different techniques. And when I left Jamaica and I came back home, because I was so indulged in the company, that stuck with me. So I think my approach to teaching and making Dreamchasers unique is building and adapting what I've learned from her. And once again, putting that Caymanian twist and style in there.
Okay, so let's talk about the Nutcracker production.
Cayman style.
Cayman style. Okay, so DCC's Cayman style Nutcracker came about last year.
Okay.
So the thought came about last year in my head. And as soon as I thought about it, like, Josepha, listen, I got an idea.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Like, I loved the Nutcracker growing up as wanting to be a dancer. Nutcracker and Swan Lake was always my favorite ballets. And I never got to dance any.
Yeah.
So now Joseph and I are adapting the Nutcracker and rewriting it to make it Cayman style. And it also stems from my childhood memories. I love Christmas time. I love Christmas time. And the story is really personal because it also is telling how I grew up down Bell Bells. It's really and truly.
Some people may not know where Bell Bell is if they just got here.
Exactly. If you come to our production, you're going to understand.
You're going to feel it.
You're going to feel it. You're going to be there.
You're going to be there back in the day.
And even changing names, I know everybody would know Clara as the little girl. The little girl in our story is Eula May. That's my grandmother's name.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just very personal.
Yeah. It is.
She could make some good tasting patties too.
So it's very personal, and it's a vision where I see happening every year because famous directors and choreographers like Deborah Allen, she has her own hot chocolate Nutcracker. You have different versions of it. So
this is your version.
This is my version.
And how long did it take to write the Cayman style Nutcracker?
Let me answer that, Alicia. Because to be fair with you, from last year, she's had it in her mind, so it has been written from last year. Put to paper, it happened this year during the summer, and it happened so fast. It didn't take her long, about a week. Now we just tweaking and adding here and there and removing. But because it's her childhood, she remembers it very clearly. She wrote down what she remembers, and I just been refining and retuning and re-adding and amending, and that's about it. But it wasn't hard to write it. It's not hard because of the experiences that we've had and experiences that she's had and the childhood that she's had. So it's been really easy for her to write it, and it didn't take long, like I said. So yeah.
Okay, ladies, we're going to take a commercial break. Folks, when we return, the conversation about Dreamchasers Cayman will continue with Miss Josepha Martinez and Miss Melissa Macfield, Bell's granddaughter. We'll continue. Don't change that dial. The buzz will be back shortly.
Did you know through the month of November, over 50 boarding schools will be visiting the Cayman Islands? Navigating so many options is hard, but Dorm Day is here to help families understand the different types of schools so you can target the right schools and get a jump start on meeting the admissions representatives. Join the free K-Side chats at the Dorm Day office on the waterfront across from the museum. Every Tuesday until November 11th. For more information, visit dormantday.ky or call 936-3676. Dormant Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
The Family Resource Center, FRC, is excited to announce the 14th Annual International Men's Day IMD celebration in the Cayman Islands. This year's global theme, Celebrating Men and Boys, aligns with our vision to promote a healthy, hopeful, and resilient population, promoting initiatives to support men and boys in our community. We invite you to engage in our many events, including our 6th Annual Men and Boys Basketball Tournament, Saturday, November 1st, the 4th Annual State of Men and Boys Forum on November 19th, the Men and Boys Domino Tournament in partnership with Boys to Men, and learn more about our male mentorship drive throughout the month, and in partnership with 1-to-1 Young Gentlemen's Club and Boys to Men with a final celebratory event on November 29th. Follow us on social media to learn more or email frc@gov.ky today.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. We are talking about Dreamchasers Cayman and the Cayman Style Nutcracker production. In this segment, we're going to give you more details about the performance itself, about the event details. The conversation is taking place with Miss Josefa Martinez and Miss Milicia Macfield, two indigenous Caymanians coming from very popular family right there on Crew Road. Miss Bell and Mr. Kruger. For those of you who don't know, I guess you'll have to attend the Cayman Style Nutcracker and then have someone interpret it for you real. As well.
For real.
So, ladies, I'm going to throw the mic back over to you so that you can provide all of those details that you need to. Susan, you saying something there? Oh, we have a caller. We have a caller. Let's put those headphones on and let's grab the caller. Make sure. Are you hearing me on the headphones?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Okay, caller. Good morning. Welcome to the buzz.
Good morning, OC.
Hey, good morning. How art thou, Lord Graham, that is?
I'm good. And good morning to your panel there.
Thank you. Good morning.
Normally, I do not listen to the morning show, The Buzz, but when I turned on the radio this morning and I heard the voice, the accent, I had no other choice but continue listening.
That's right.
Because that is Cayman.
Cayman. Yes.
Right? And then, so often, growing up in East End, we would say to people who try to put on, change the accent, we would say, listen, just talk, break, kind talk. You all know what I mean by break, kind. Just talk, break, kind talk to me. Don't be putting on. And I'm so impressed with the accent that you ladies are displaying. I'm also impressed with the fact that you are identifying yourself as coming out of Belkluga area. I don't say Bell. We know that's Belkluga.
Yeah, we know that's Belkruger.
Yeah. A lot of people wouldn't know that because they all come here, know the glory, but don't know the story. And I'm happy that you guys are displaying what you all are displaying, because so often we get some handkerchief-head Caymanians like to exclude themselves from where they came from.
Yeah.
Right? Because apparently where they came from are not considered a part of the sophisticated high society that Cayman has become.
The bourgeois.
That's not the case with me. We are who we are.
We are who we are.
If anybody come here don't like it, so be it. You can leave. That's my motto. You can leave. And if you're gonna come here and you can't appreciate who we are, then you should not even come. Because you shouldn't. You can research nowadays. You can go online and research and see what our history were and all that kind of thing. So I'm so much impressed with you young ladies this morning. I mean, really, continue the good work. Continue talking the way you're talking, and maybe we can educate others.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Make sure that you come to the Nutcracker Cayman Style on the 14th of December, and you will hear more. You will hear more of this language out there. You will hear more of it.
I will be there, and then you will be reminding us further down the road too, right?
Oh yeah,
right.
definitely, definitely.
It's going to be throughout the time until the time comes, and you'll hear the most Caymanian lingo out there.
Listen, the most, when we started with the dancers, they're looking like, and then we'd be like, okay, Miss Joseph, translate. But they need to hear it. They need to
hear it.
Yeah. And what we were talking about off air, about the almonds and stuff, we could easily have called this rather than the Nutcracker, call it the Almond Cracker.
You're right.
Yeah, because she was well known for her almond candies.
Yes. Almond candies.
Right. That would have been a good talk. That would have been a good title.
Yes.
That would be more Caymanian-ish. All right, girls.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Graham.
Thank you.
So, ladies, let's get some details out there. We heard Lord Graham encouraging him to make sure he's there. Let's tell our listening and our viewing audience, what it is all about, where, when, and why.
Good morning, everybody, again. So the details for DCC Dreamchasers Cayman Style Nutcracker, you have to come and attend on December the 14th at the Harkwell Theater at 5 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. Adults tickets are $30, and for children, they are ages 5
to 12.
And
they're
$20 for them. Make sure that you come and you support DCC Dreamchasers. It will be a show to remember, production to remember.
You can also purchase tickets at Winner Circle. So tickets can be purchased at Winner Circle. Yeah, only at Winner Circles or at the door. But at the door will be more. So we advise you to get your tickets in advance.
And it'll be only one production only?
One production only.
Wow.
We're expecting a full house. So make sure you come out with your Christmas best.
Oh, yeah. Dressed to the T.
Dressed to the T with your Christmas
the old time days. You dress to the T.
Yeah,
make sure you dress to the T.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's give out some of the secrets and talk about how you manage to balance tradition with modern style dancing.
That's a very good question. Because I went to school for training.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn technique. I had to learn, the real thing to become a dancer. And it was difficult because the typical dancer is lean, slender. We're not lean. We're not slender. We come from the Caribbean. We got hips. We got curves. and we have all of that. But that I've learned that didn't make me less of a dancer because my passion was also there. And because I did Lantec, and like I said before, Dr. Steins, she infused dance hall and ballet.
Okay.
It made it easier because she made us believe that we can do it. We can we can be poised, we can be graceful, but then we're Caribbean people.
That's right.
We need to be low to the ground.
That's right.
So it isn't difficult, to be honest with you, because I've learned to adapt. I've learned to understand my body, and I teach the kids to understand their own body too. So whereas they can watch the TV, because when I was younger and I watched the TV and I saw these ballerinas, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna look like that. But that didn't make me less of a dancer. So as we evolved in dance, in the arts, we need to let the younger generation know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure it hasn't been smooth sailing, as far as your company is concerned. Can we talk about some of the hurdles that you have faced and how you've been able to overcome them? And also talk about some of the local creatives that Dreamchasers Cayman has worked with as well.
I would say the biggest hurdle was COVID. Because that was a time where Dreamchasers was just established, just a baby company. And then COVID was 2020. And it was like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Like, I just started.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen? And I think it affected not just me, but also other creatives around the world.
Right.
In terms of, I have friends in different Caribbean islands, and we were all on the verge of like, what's going to happen with the performing arts.
Right.
But then we found an outlet like the Zoom, the YouTube, creating videos, sharing. I know for a fact that when we did an initiative with Miami Dolphins cheerleaders, we videoed our part here in Cayman. We sent it to them, and it was put together. So even though that was a difficult part, or the biggest hurdle that I said I would have had to overcome, it also made the performing arts, it also made my vision stronger than what it is now. And that we can use all sorts of medias to speak dance.
And let me just add to that she said it's a hurdle. In 2020 is actually when my daughter started dance. With her, I wanted to start with her company, and Melissa thought, oh, people not gonna want to start, people not gonna want to try anymore. And I kept saying, Melissa, when we start in 2020, I was messaging her from my house, going, when we starting, we doing Zoom with the links, So it was a situation where it didn't stop. We adapted. We move forward with something else, you basically move on with life, right?
Yeah.
So you don't stop you don't do at a standstill. You keep going.
You find different ways.
You find different ways to fix it. Yeah. So that's exactly what happened, and I'm sure that's what encouraged her as well, to make sure that she understood that it kept going. Her dream was alive.
And COVID also made have people from different countries. We do cross-curricular, because even during COVID time, I had workshops where I had my friends in Jamaica on Zoom teaching my kids hair. So so it was it was a hurdle, but we got over it.
So to those persons out there who are listening and may have an interest in joining your organization or taking classes or whatever, let's give out some details in relation to that.
So on social media, we are on social media. So we have Instagram page, Dreamchasers345. We have TikTok. We also have a website, Dreamchaserscayman.com. All information is out there. We start from the ages of 3 and up.
Oh, so my granddaughter's
getting
there.
She getting there. And you can also email dccdreamteam345@gmail.com, and all information will be sent or given to you.
Your window to start would be January.
Yeah. So right now at this moment, we're not taking new registration because, of course, we're completing the production and stuff. So January will be the next opening for registration, which would go into the second part of the year or term.
Okay, I want to give both of you ladies an opportunity for some closing comments as well. We'll start with you, Joseph.
I just want to say that Dream Chasers has been a very big part of my life for the past 3.5 years. Alicia has welcomed me generously and has incorporated my style of acting and writing into her music theatricals, and I am so excited to bring it to life, for her allowing me to bring it to life and to also speak it because I'm the narrator. So you can hear all the Caymanian accents up in there and everything that she's incorporated in it, and she's always had a vision and she's made me a part of her vision, so I'm very thankful for that. Please make sure that you come out and watch it. It is something to see. It is something that you're gonna leave with a warm heart.
And the date and the venue?
The date is December the 14th, and the venue is the Hartwell Theatre. Doors open at 4, and it begins at 5 p.m. on the dot. We don't start Cayman time, by the way. Make sure you start time.
We start Cayman time.
Ms. Markfield.
Yes, I give thanks to Josepha, but not only Josepha, but my team. So my instructors, Miss Melissa Rankin,
That's right.
Miss Jamma, and not only them, but what we do at Dream Chasers is the senior dancers. I teach them how to teach classes, so they're instructors too.
Okay.
But if it wasn't for them, being sticking to my craziness and just going with the concept, it wouldn't pull together how we envision it pulling together. So I give thanks to Miss Melissa, Miss Jamma, Miss Yana, Miss Claire, and Peyton.
And Miss Peyton.
And Miss
Hello.
Peyton, my daughter.
Yes.
She also teaching, she's choreographing. So it's not just a one-man show.
Okay.
It is definitely instructors who put in their all into it. And to the dancers, to the parents, to my team, production team, front of house, like everybody. Like Dream Chasers is not just a one-man show. I have a huge support team, and I got plenty of money, but I give thanks for them because they have my back.
And where are you physically located?
We have classes at King's.
Okay.
King's Sports Center. So the studio upstairs. So that's where we're located.
Okay.
Tickets are on sale at Winner Circle only, and the prices are adults $30 and kids are $20.
Yes.
And that's reasonable for for
very
production,
reasonable.
and
Listen, this
14th of
production
December,
going to be worth it.
Yeah, it's going to be worth it.
So.
Very much so.
I would imagine so. Well, ladies, I want to thank you very much, for sharing this information with us. We want to wish all the best for Dream Chasers Cayman Dance Company. It is quite obvious that you bring a lot to the table, and that what you do will help to keep our Caymanian culture alive, which is extremely important as well.
Before we go offline, I just want to say that we have a gift for you guys here at the radio station. We're going to leave you with 2 adult tickets and 2 kid tickets to make sure that you make it to give away.
Okay.
And basically come and enjoy the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that will be a way again for me to introduce my granddaughter.
Yes,
exactly.
She's going to probably run up on stage with us.
So, folks, it has been my pleasure guest hosting The Buzz this morning, as well. Don't forget to join Mr. Charles Glidden Challo at 12:15 for Talk Today. And I believe that our Parliament resumes today as well. Miss Susan, Parliament resumes today. Can't hear you. Not hearing you.
She said yes.
Okay, yes. So, with that, have a great day, and we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands where you can chase your dream.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman, your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years